Let's talk about what a great cover letter looks like. And I get a lot of questions, are cover letters required? I think that cover letters become a fantastic way to stand out in the job search process and really tell a company why they should choose you. And so I make them required for my clients. Technically, they're not required, but if you want to go above and beyond and you really want to show a company exactly why they should choose you, I always recommend creating and sending a cover letter. The first thing that's really important is to know who you're actually addressing the cover letter to. You might need to do some research online to figure out who is hiring for the role. Sometimes it actually mentions it on LinkedIn and you can figure out who it is that you're going to address in that cover letter, which is great. If you can't find it, one of the goals that you should also have is to find people at the company who are either at your peer level or close to it and have an informational interview with them. Have a short conversation where you can figure out where it is that you can address this cover letter and eventually send it to them directly. You can also use a tool like mailscoop.io to find someone's email. It is a free tool, and you can use that email that you get from there to send the cover letter and your resume directly to that person. You can also tell them that you've applied or tell them that you're planning on applying and you wanted to go the extra mile to make sure that they got your resume and your cover letter. Try to avoid using to whom it may concern. I know that there's a lot of cover letter templates out there that have that at the top, but at least use the name of the team that you're going to address if you can't find a specific name. And again, we're always trying to send this directly to somebody rather than to an abyss where we don't know where it's going. Number two part of your cover letter is to show unique value. So actually in the cover letter, you want to match some of the unique value that you have and the specific highlights from your experience with the job description. Do you notice a theme here? It's we're using the job description to match to ourselves. We want to be the exact person that they want to hire based on what they're asking for. It doesn't mean to lie, but it means to take those things and customize them and make them your own using the things that they give you at your expense to use. You want to also explain why this role is the logical next step for you and it's a benefit for them. A lot of times when someone is transitioning from an industry or transitioning from a different role, you may need to use the cover letter as the way of filling that gap for them of why it is that this role is actually a good fit for you if your experience isn't completely aligned to that role or that industry. Always, again, focus on the benefit to the organization. What are they gaining from you coming on board? The third thing here with the cover letter is a summary of why you're a good fit for the company. So again, we want to actually research and find information about the culture. Company culture is so important nowadays, and your ability to fit that culture might be the reason that you get the job over someone else who's maybe even more talented and has more experience. So if you are able to have some informational interviews like we talked about on a previous step, you can use those conversations to put the information that you learn into the cover letter, which really shows that you've done your research and you've figured some things out about the company that might not be so readily available online. You also want to find a way to link yourself to their mission and the way that you live and give some anecdotal examples. Remember, the cover letter is a chance for you to explain some of the things that you're not maybe showing on your resume. So you can be a little bit more personal. You can get a little bit more in depth about their mission and why it's important to you. And you can make it really about how there is a great match here between yourself and the company.